The foundation Help Natur, or Help for Nature, is a foundation of public utility, established in Luxembourg since 1982. Its main objectives are the protection of biodiversity, of the natural heritage, the living space of fauna and flora, and of the human being. Until the end of the year 2008, 885 hectares of natural reserves have so far been acquired by the foundation Help Natur, thanks to donations by the population, companies, friend associations, and the state of Luxembourg. We shall present you one part of the Grand Duchy's natural heritage, characterized on one hand by its natural wealth, on the other hand by its sheer rarity in a densely populated Central Europe. The red kite is gliding over the communities of Natura&ëmwelt, and Schötter, and finally a village called Uebersyren, where it discovers a convenient feeding ground, a reed bed. This reed bed is designated by its Luxembourgish name Schlammwiss. In 2004, the State Administration of Nature and Forests initiated a partial renaturation of the river Zier between Uebersyren and Mansdorf. The foundation has contributed 4 hectares of acquired land. Now, 29 hectares of the natural flooding plain serve as grazing grounds for Scottish Galloway cattle. A didactic footpath helps to discover this zone in all its details. As it has a high biological value, Schlammwiss figures in an official zone called Natura 2000, an EU-wide network of nature protection areas. This step became reality thanks to the law issued on January 19th in the year 2004 concerning the protection of nature and natural resources in the EU. Thus, the reserve's importance goes far beyond national borders. The main objective of the creation of this reserve was bird protection, which requires applying special conservation methods to preserve the complexity of the ecosystem. Schlammwiss is part of a bigger reserve, essentially constituted of wetlands that covers a surface of 375 hectares, comprising 19 hectares that are owned by the foundation Help Natur, and that includes the major riverbed of the Zier and its affluents. Besides wet meadows, Schlammwiss contains the biggest coherent reserve of reed beds in Luxembourg, covering not less than 21 hectares. Several ponds were arranged both in 1990 and in 1998, covering a total surface of 1 hectare, in collaboration with the state administration of Pont-et-Chaussée as a compensation measure accounting for the highway Luxembourg-Trier. Schlammwiss features an amazing abundance of rare plants. The richness of its birdlife is directly connected to the biological diversity of the site. Besides being a rich breeding area, the reed bed assumes an important role as a feeding ground and resting area for migratory birds. Some speak of a dormitory and a restaurant for our avian friends. No less than 19 species of birds recorded in Uebersyren are comprised on the list of the European Community Directive concerning bird protection. 56 local breeding birds have been observed, many of which are on the so-called red list that brings together critically endangered species. A spectacular event marks the month of August each year. More than 15,000 swallows gather in a dormitory just before they migrate to the south. The ponds of Schlammwiss, wet meadows where drainage has been reduced, as well as the old riverbed of the Zier after renaturation, offer the most suitable areas for local amphibians, reptiles, fish, mammals, and many butterfly species. An extraordinary diversity can also be found within the insect world. 25 different species of dragonflies were identified, one of which is threatened with extinction, and many others from the red list. Early and too regular mowing of grass is one of the main threats. The loss of biodiversity in surrounding areas is mainly due to intensive agriculture. Drainage, fertilization, pesticide use represent a severe threat to the stability of the ecosystem. Schlammwiss hosts also Luxembourg's biggest bird ringing station. Ringing is a scientific method to study the local avifauna, including migrants from all over Europe. It is mainly used for population studies of breeding birds, the tracking of migratory birds, the comparison of biometric data like weight and size, observation of bird behavior, as well as for the determination of a bird's lifespan. The bird ringing station is an all-year ringing station. That is, birds are also called outside migratory seasons. In 2008, no less than 186 different ringing sessions were organized and 22,686 birds were caught. Birds are captured in a very fine nylon net, spanned through the reed bed and invisible for the bird itself. More nets can be found in a didactic orchard at near the Uebersyren ponds. Specially designed traps are used to catch aquatic birds. Each ring is the equivalent of a bird's passport, bearing an individual number and the name of the ringing central. Schlammwiss is a research site of high importance whose ornithological studies contribute to the national census of breeding birds, optimal managing of the nature reserve, and finally the study of migrants. The ringing station's effort goes beyond sheer research. The station is a central meeting point to many international students and ringers and is involved in many site studies, for example, a PhD project about ticks and borreliosis, as well as the International Survey of Bird Flu. Besides its qualities for researchers, Schlammwiss offers an excellent opportunity to discover a new natural world full of secrets that demands respect of its natural resources. Sensibilization activities of the ringing station are spread all over the year and are organized in different contexts. They comprise the initiation of new bird ringers, discovery trips through the reserve, educational visits for classes ranging from university to kindergarten. A visit of the natural reserve Schlammwiss is an unforgettable experience even for year-long natural specialists. It is a landscape of an exceptional beauty and so rare in our regions that has to be preserved for future generations. Take action and contribute yourself to the protection of our natural heritage, for today and tomorrow, for you and your kids, for the future of all of us.